Hi, welcome to a Create Today video hosted by Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine. I'm Jen Gallagher, and today we're using the Old World Travel Collection from Carta Bella Paper to create a card. Before we get started, let's look at some of the items that are included in this collection. Be sure to visit their website so you can see all of the things that go with this release. So they have a couple of different kinds of tape, and I wanted to show you this one. It is a repeating world map on a distressed brown background. It's really beautiful. Then they have their Ephemera Pack. It has 33 pieces, and this is what you get in the pack. There's little banner pieces, larger die cut pieces, and even some frames and things. Now this was inspired by a vintage travel collection, so it has vintage items and it has blues and browns and some blacks mixed in to create kind of a sophisticated look. This is the background stamp. It's a floral stamp. It's just really beautiful, inspired by one of the papers in the collection. This is the embossing folder. I'm going to show you on the back what it looks like. This has been very popular. It is a world map and it embosses this image on your cardstock or your pattern paper. Then these are the Chipboard Accents. These are stickers. They're printed on a thick chipboard, and you can see there are some subtitles, there are large images, there's small images, lots of different fun things to choose from. And these are great for building dimension on your page. And then let's look at the big collection. So this is the 12 by 12 collection kit. Now their paper is printed on a heavyweight textured paper, so it has a really great feel. So I'll show you both sides of the paper, several different maps, as well as some different patterns. This is the pattern that was inspired for that stamp. These are cut apart squares. You could also use it as a whole paper. Choo-choo trains, a globe, a dot. Love this map in black and white, just really dynamic. These would also be beautiful framed in your home. Another train paper, postcards, floral. These are tickets, and they do run this way, but you could also cut off the strip on the side and you could run them horizontally. So you have a couple of options, as well as you can cut it apart. A nice stripe. More cut apart cards, 3 by 4 as well as 4 by 6, and they do have some of the map images in the back with some great phrases. I love this large print on the back. So lots of different scales to work with. Airplanes and the stamps that they do, like in passports as well as on mailing stamps. This is another cut apart page, or you could use it as is. These are border strips. Balloons, hot air balloons. Another cut apart 3 by 4 cards. They're all maps. Vintage camera. And this is the paper that inspired that decorative tape that I showed you. This is a gorgeous paper. And then a nice vintage script. Postcards. You could use it as is or cut them apart. And a damask. And then this is the 12 by 12 sticker sheet, and it includes tags and large elements as well as several title images. So let's use this Old World Travel Collection to create a card. To start the card, I'm going to use an A2 card base, and it has craft coloring on one side and it's white on the inside. This is a great craft color that goes with the collection. Then I've pre-cut from the 12 by 12 collection kit this beautiful blue floral print. And I'm using a dot runner adhesive to add it to the card. And you can see that I've cut it so that it leaves a little bit of a border around each side. Then we're going to add one of the cut apart cards. This is from the map cut apart paper, and it is the world map. And we're going to place this one a little bit askew on the card front. Then I've cut this tag apart from the sticker, and I've left the backing in place because I want to add some ribbon to it. So I'm just bending that backing a little bit, and then I'm going to take some ribbon. It's from American Crafts, and it's a thin tan ribbon. Basically, you just want a ribbon that matches this collection. And we're going to tie a bow to the top of the tag before we finish removing it from that sticker sheet. You could also use baby powder on the back of the sticker if you wanted to completely remove all of the stickiness of the sticker. But since I plan to stick it back down, this is a much better option for me. So once I have that nice and tight, I can peel away the rest of the backing, and you can see that it has a train print on this side, which I love. And we're going to place this kind of in the top corner. And I'm going to trim off the extra pieces of ribbon so it's the perfect length for me. Then across the bottom edge of this card, I'm going to take some of the blue dotted pattern paper and we'll cut a little triangle in each side. Do the same on both edges, and just make sure that the height of the first line that you cut is pretty even. Then I'm just going to use some crochet twine. It is in a nice natural jute color, so if you have natural jute lying around or twine that's in this color, that's what we're going for. And again, I'm going to tie this off in a ribbon. So a couple of different textures here. We have the smoothness of the stickers and the satin finish on the ribbon, and then a more nebby texture on the twine. And that just makes our card a lot more interesting. Trim off the extra pieces of twine. And then we can attach this strip to the bottom of our card. I love a collection that offers a lot of different pattern sizes, and I mentioned this when I was showing you all the different things that they offer. The reason why I love it so much is because then when I create a project like this or I layer items on my scrapbooking pages, I have several different scales of pattern to work with. Next, we're going to use some of this tape. It is called World Map. Add a little bit of this to the top of our card here. And just one thing to note, you want to make sure that the map faces the right way. So just make sure that you get the map on there just right. Then I have two pins here, and I'm going to stick them to my card. And how I do that is we have lots of different layers of paper here. And if you're careful, you can pierce, you can see I've just pierced that top level. It doesn't go through all of the card, and this takes a little bit of practice. But then when you send this card to someone, it doesn't stab anyone. Then to those pins, we're going to add some stickers. The first is this blue Expedition sticker. And we're just going to stick it right on top of that heart pin. And then from the chipboard, I have an Old World Travel. Pull that out just a little bit so that you can read it. Then across this edge here, and it looks like I need a little bit more adhesive to hold it down, I'm going to add another sticker from the sticker sheet. Lots of different maps. This will cover that bottom edge of the tan map card and will kind of bring everything together here on the bottom. And then for the sentiment of the card, I'm going to use this First Class chipboard sticker. I've left a little bit of the backing on the back. And I'll put it so that the twine goes right across it. If you find it's not sticking enough because there's so much twine, just use some glue dots to hold it in place. And then I have some additional chipboard stickers. I'll just peel off the backing. And then we can add these to the card as well. Just make sure that you can read the writing. It faces the right way, and I have a smaller circle. Again, make sure you place it so that you can read the writing. And to finish off the card, I'm just going to take some black photo corners, something that you might use to hold photos in your photo albums. But I love the way they kind of frame out and darken that light blue color just a little bit. There are also craft colored ones, white, a lot of different options from manufacturers like Thermoweb and other places like that. So here you have an old world travel card that uses a different variety of chipboard and stickers and pattern paper to create a travel card for a friend that is soon to be leaving on an adventure. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any of our tutorial videos, and to subscribe to our magazine, use the link below.